And we're back with another event. The Vibro Crystal event is now live. It went live, what, like 30 minutes ago? And we're here to talk about it. This event is very, very similar to the Hyakunin Ikki event that was here just, I think, last patch, I'm pretty sure. It's very similar in the concept of you just go in with a team, you have some applied buffs, but the way you formulate your team is a lot different here. Or not a lot different, actually. And the way you get your buffs is a fair bit different, so let's get into explaining all that now. Now, when you interact with the door, the whole UI is literally identical to the Hyakunin Ikki. You select your difficulty at the bottom right here for whichever difficulty you're able to. The challenge rewards are visible here per challenge. There's 7 challenges, 70 primos per challenge, 420 primos in total, all quite standard for the Hyakunin Ikki format. But once you go into start challenge, you're presented with this screen, which is quite daunting, but don't worry, let's explain it. You have 2 teams of 4 characters, quite bog standard, kind of like Spiral Abyss. But once you select your characters that you want, let's just formulate a quick team right here. There's the team, Ayato, Ayaka, Yunjin, Noel, doesn't really matter what they are. But the harmonics thing here is outlined. Now, how the harmonics work is that you have blue crystals and yellow crystals. Your blue crystals are your activators. So when you hover over number 1 and you read it, it will trigger the yellow effect when you deal damage with an elemental burst. Crystal 2 is when you deal damage with an elemental skill, and Crystal 3 is when you take the field with a character. That they're not too important because you'll just be doing that throughout the actual challenge, but the more important stuff is what do the yellow crystals do. Now, I'll just select the first crystal here, and essentially, the 3 different effects are, first yellow crystal is elemental burst damage, the second yellow crystal is elemental mastery, and the third yellow crystal is energy recharge. Now, you might be wondering why you can connect all 3 blue to 1, or you can do a varying combination of 1 to 1, 1 to 2, all this different stuff, and that's because each yellow crystal has 3 different levels. Now, I think in the live stream when they previewed this event, they had this kind of 1-to-1 ratio where you just have the first tier of each buff. But if you have a team that thrives from Elemental Mastery, maybe doing like a Jingcho Hu Tiao build or something like that, maybe Zhangling Ayato, you can actually funnel all your blue crystals into just 1 yellow crystal and get the maximum effect of that 1 crystal, which is 140 elemental mastery. But maybe you're doing an elemental burst damage build, then you funnel all of your stuff into the first crystal, which is elemental burst damage. Or if you're doing Raiden Shogun or something like that, or maybe you have some just high burst cost characters but you don't want to have a Raiden Shogun, then you funnel it all into energy recharge. It is quite creative and you can do a bunch of different things, but generally speaking, the elemental burst damage and the elemental mastery one will get you the most quote-unquote value per se. And once you've done that for one team, then you have to create another team, do the same thing. You do get given 4 characters that you can use, trial characters essentially. It's really up to you if you want to use them. If you kind of don't have a second team that you can create, then Raiden Shogun and Venti are a really good combo, and Zhangling as well. So they have given really good characters to get this event done. So really all you do need is 4 of your own characters that can do the challenge. Now, as for the gameplay portion of this event, it's substantially more different than Hyakunin Ikki. Instead of switching constantly from team to team every so often, you were just given 2.5 minutes per team to kill as many enemies as you possibly can. Nothing else to add to that, essentially. Just killing them fast and hard and quick and whatnot. The enemies do get exponentially more difficult. As you see, we start off with Hilly Churls, and that'll soon change to Ruin Guards, and in the second half it starts off with Treasure Hoarders and switches over to Fatui enemies. But really, it is not difficult, and it's not kind of weird like Hyakunin Ikki where you have to constantly switch, and if you don't switch, you lose progress. This is just kill enemies fast, quick, and as best as you can. So that's pretty much going to be it. Stick around if you want to see some pretty hectic Xiao gameplay near the end, where my Xiao like hits some pretty heavy jump attacks. But I'll just leave the gameplay to go. I'll probably do standalone videos for all the challenges for this because I actually really like this event, much like I do like the Hyakunin Ikki, so I really do enjoy this. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and see you in the next one.
道ここにある。はっ難攻不落。
みんながそばに。くだらないわめくがいい。無能。ここだ。無能。無能。
手合わせしようじゃないか。天理チョーク。
消えろ。無能。ここだ。無能。
相手を間違えたな。